Every universe has its monsters, but some don't just destroy, they leave legacies behind. MCU villains break worlds with charm, with ideology, with a smile that hides catastrophe. DC villains? They don't want applause, they want permanence. Scars history can't rewrite. So who builds the legacy that outlasts the war? Who wins long after death? Let's start with Thanos. Not just a villain, but a god with fatal math. He didn't conquer planets for fun. He believed in balance more than life itself. And when he snapped half existence away, it wasn't rage. It was terrifying serenity. But legacy isn't just death. It's what the survivors carry long after the snap. Tony Stark changed. The Avengers fractured. The world moved on, but limped doing it. Compare that to Joker, a man with no plan, yet every word burns into history. He didn't erase half of Gotham. He made the city erase itself from the inside. He proved chaos doesn't need armies. Just one bad day and a laughing mirror. Thanos made heroes stronger. Joker? He made them question if they were heroes at all. But these two are just the beginning. Legacy runs deeper than body counts alone. Because sometimes, it's not about the villain you remember. It's the fear they leave behind. General Zod didn't want Earth. He wanted Krypton reborn, even if Earth had to burn. His war wasn't about dominance. It was about home, twisted into genocide, with purpose. And when Superman killed him, it changed Clark forever. That's legacy. Consequence without resurrection. Meanwhile, Ultron wasn't built to conquer. He was built to protect. And that's what broke him. Because Ultron saw humanity's flaws too clearly and thought extinction was mercy in metallic disguise. Even when destroyed, Ultron left echoes, drones, algorithms, visions of war still haunting Stark's conscience. DC has Bane, a villain who didn't just break Batman's back, he broke Gotham's soul. Under Bane, the city didn't just fall, it applauded its own collapse, masked as revolution. Loki, on the other hand, never needed to win. His legacy lived in the chaos he inspired. Trickster, brother, god of mischief. But also, the first villain that made us care, he lived. Darkseid doesn't whisper chaos. He speaks in absolutes, anti-life, domination, existence stripped of will itself. He's not a villain who changes the world. He ends it, one mind at a time. That's a different kind of legacy. Not pain, not fear, but the end of meaning. MCU villains often leave their mark through evolution, growth through fire, lesson through pain. DC villains? They're monuments to trauma, stories carved into stone, never healing, never forgotten. Killmonger didn't want to watch the world burn. He wanted justice forged from fire. His legacy wasn't erased with death. It lived on in Wakanda's heart, forever changed. That's the power of a villain with truth in his pain and fire in his cause. Now flip the page to Lex Luthor. No powers, just intellect sharpened into surgical cruelty. Lex doesn't throw punches. He dismantles gods with words, ideology, and relentless psychological warfare. He proved the world doesn't need superpowers to fear evil, just ambition without a soul. Wanda Maximoff wasn't a villain by design, but grief made her rewrite reality for love. Her legacy? A town held hostage by dreams, and a hero who couldn't let go. Ra's al Ghul left no smoke or sound, only a code buried deep inside Bruce. Even after death, his ideals whisper through the shadows. Justice, purified by fire and blood. Red Skull vanished into legend and returned as a myth, guarding the soul of sacrifice. He didn't die screaming. He transcended, reshaped by the very power he once abused. Then there's Reverse Flash. Not from MCU, not from DC's top tier, but unforgettable nonetheless. Because what's more dangerous than a villain who kills you by corrupting your every memory? Some destroy worlds, others erase the meaning behind why they were worth saving in the first place. MCU villains test hearts. They force heroes to confront who they are when no one's watching. DC villains test souls, dragging their enemies to the edge of morality and leaving them there. One legacy is built on cosmic dust, shattered shields, and broken trust between gods and men. The other lives in alleys, courtrooms, dreamscapes, reminding you evil doesn't need scale to last. Vulture stole tech, not worlds, but made Peter Parker question every choice that came after. Scarecrow never fired a weapon, yet Gotham still fears fear itself in every silent corner. Hela didn't just break Thor's hammer, she broke the illusion of Asgard's nobility forever. And Riddler? He turned truth into horror, turning secrets into weapons sharper than knives. But maybe the most dangerous legacy isn't left behind by villains, but by what they awaken, because every villain forces the question, what if they weren't wrong, just too honest, too fast? Heroes rebuild worlds, but villains reshape the rules those worlds are forced to follow afterward. So who builds the more dangerous legacy? Marvel's wounded gods, or DC's eternal nightmares? Maybe it's not about who wins. Maybe it's about who never really disappears. Because power fades, memory distorts, but a villain's echo that lingers long after the credits roll. And in the end, the greatest legacy isn't carved in stone, it's whispered when the lights go dark.